Hello everybody, good morning. Yes, good morning to you all. Of course, a bit of an unusual stream today. I don't usually do these morning shows, but I thought I'd just mix it up a little bit, and we are back after a little break. The international break is over for England, of course, and we're here to discuss the last two England games, of course, and just kind of round up that. I didn't bother doing the watch-alongs, guys, to be fair. I just find them really hard to do watch-alongs to, if I'm being honest, because it's so boring, and I don't really enjoy commentating on England games because, like I said, it's just very boring to do. So yeah, we're gonna do like the international kind of stuff, like this, like a roundup of the games that they have, like. So yeah, but yeah. But this is stream 1 of 2 today. We are going live tonight to do the FA Cup first round draw. Yes, so let's see who we get in the draw. Huddersfield, of course. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I'll be live tonight from 7 o'clock as the draw takes place. So yeah, join me then if you can. But let's say a few hellos before we get into the show. Josh is in. Morning, Ryan. I hope you're well. Yeah, morning to you. Hello there. And Aiden's in. He says, hi, mate. Hope you're okay. Yeah, big up to you, Aiden. Hope you're well and welcome in, my wonderful mod. And just make sure to smash the likes, everyone, and subscribing you. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, if you can, that mean a lot to me. But yeah, there's a few messages there we'll get into. But yeah, I mean, before we do get into the show, obviously, you can see from the thumbnail today, I've kind of dedicated it to George Baldock, who, yeah, obviously tragically passed away at the age of just 31 on Wednesday. And yeah, I mean, obviously, thoughts go out to his family and friends at this horrible time. And yeah, obviously, Baldock, we remember him very well, don't we, from the EFL, obviously, at Sheffield United, you know, before he moved up to Greece to play for Panathinaikos. But he's been in England for a while, obviously played MK Dons, Oxford. But Sheffield United is more known for, I would say, for us. So, look, horrible. And obviously the Greek players did a tribute to him on the game on Thursday night as well. So, yeah, just rest in peace to George, and yeah, horrible news, to be honest with you. So yeah. But yeah. George says, my thoughts and prayers go out to Baldock's family, friends, and teammates. What a gesture by his teammates and by James McAtee, who dedicated his goal to him when he scored for them 21s by unveiling his shirt. GB2, rest easy, brother. Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it, to see? Absolutely. I just want to say, that Carsley, R.I.P. Baldock. Such sad news, and my thoughts go out to his family. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's horrible, isn't it? 31's no age. Took far too soon. Obviously, I totally agree. Lee can't get the job, but we both know what their FA is like. But I did find the comment from Pep yesterday very promising. Yeah, obviously, we will get into the Lee Carsley situation, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I've made my thoughts already known via the thumbnail, what I think, but yeah. And Aiden's new platform is brilliant. Goodbye, streamer. Yeah, actually, Aiden, I've actually linked up the cherries in all departments. They have allowed me to use their StreamYard whilst I sort out, obviously, because I don't want to rush into joining another platform to do my streams on. So, up the cherries in all departments have allowed me to use their StreamYard for now, who I believe will be cancelling theirs once the annual subscription's up. So, yeah, big up to Up the cherries in all departments, guys. Actually, there is an exciting collaboration that will be announcing very, very soon with Up the cherries in all departments. A great channel. Big up to Matt and Craig, who are lovely people, showed me so much support and always welcome me onto their streams and everything. They're brilliant guys and proper real ones on YouTube. So yeah, big up to you. And yeah, so I'm not actually on the new platform yet, but obviously I have changed the background because obviously it is an England stream. So I just kind of changed the background to something random. But yeah. But let's get into the game then, because obviously England did play Greece on Thursday night, a very emotional evening. There were a lovely tribute before the game for George Baldock, of course. So, yeah, obviously Greece did want the game called off, but obviously we didn't allow them to call it off. So I don't know, but yeah, but it was an emotional tribute to him. But let's have a look at the lineup then. What did you guys make of the lineup on Thursday? Because I think I was very confused with it. You know, obviously Harry Kane wasn't past. What am I saying, guys? This morning, blooming neck. I'm missing this stream up. Harry Kane was unavailable to play because obviously he failed the fitness test. That's it. So I really did think that Ollie Watkins would come in, but to play this formation was just crazy for me. 4-2-4 and ended up with the false 9. And, you know, I just thought to myself when I saw the lineup, I thought to myself, what must Ollie Watkins be thinking when he doesn't get much game time because of Harry Kane? But when he's not available, he wasn't picked either. It's like, this is just crazy. So we're going with a false 9 despite having 2 strikers on the bench. Sorry, I don't understand. I don't understand it. And I think overall for England, it was a very poor performance, wasn't it? You know, and from start to finish, it just looked completely disjointed. You know, so the team, obviously Jordan Pickford in goal, Trent at right back, Stones, Colwill and Lewis at the back, Saka, Cole Palmer, Declan Rice, Anthony Gordon, Phil Foden and Jude Bellingham. But yeah, it was a very poor performance by England. It was disjointed. The defence was all over the place. The midfield, I'm sorry, it didn't have the right balance in it. And when you have no out-and-out striker, I think you're asking for trouble, and you're going to struggle because, yes, playing a false 9 can work at times, but I don't think it can work effectively against certain teams, maybe. But I certainly didn't like what I saw really of the false 9 situation. But to be fair, I have to give credit to Greece. I think Greece were brilliant, really, weren't they? So fair play to them. But I think something that was pretty clear to me when watching the game, or kind of glancing at the game, is to say I get bored. I just get sidetracked. I don't actually listen to I don't actually watch the game that much. It's on, but I'm kind of like glancing on social media, looking on watching the TV. So I wasn't really watching it. But what was evident to me was the counter-attacking by Greece. How easy was it for them to counter-attack? And they was doing it time and time again. So yeah. But let's have a look at the comments before we get into the game itself. But kind of my initial thoughts of the game. Carsley is definitely not ready for the job yet. Someone like Tuchel or Pep would be brilliant at point, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Carsley's clearly not ready for the job. But again, I go back to it. We're going to go into the Carsley situation, guys, by the way, after the games that we've been to review. So do bear with me. I'm kind of going to leave my thoughts until after we've discussed the game. Matthew says, Ryan, you are a gent, sir. Thank you for your lovely comments. We're always happy to help where we can. Keep the good work, buddy. Yeah, big up to you, Matthew. Yeah, that honestly just means a lot to me. And yeah, I appreciate it. No worries at all. You guys are brilliant, and I really enjoy coming on your streams and contributing. And I just find you really, really nice people. So yeah. Ooh, I've lost the comments. Yeah, 2 strikers available, even with Kane injured. Why play no strike in the team? Why play no team with a strike? Absolutely. I'd like to say Eddie Howe to get a job, but just my opinion, maybe Potter. Saul says. Like I said, I will go into the manager situation, guys, after we've kind of done the game. But yeah, I'm gonna answer that question, but we're gonna wait for a moment until we do the games. Slanky came on in that game, got an assist. Yeah, like I say, you've got to, you've got to start a striker. His selection for Greece was all wrong. It was almost like how many world-class players can be fit in the team and play a false 9 and leave 2 strikers on the bench. Poor managerial decision. Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't understand it. We've seen it, haven't we, where you throw all the players in there, really good players. I'm not going to call them all world-class. They're very good players, the quality players, but they're not world-class. I think world-class is used far too often nowadays. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But you can't, it's proven before that you can't fit all the class players into the team. It's time for New England #1 because I don't know how Pickford starts. He's so shaky net. Look at what team he plays, everything, look at where they are. Yeah, to be fair, you can't pin the league position on just him alone. To be fair, I think Everton have been a very disjointed club, haven't they, for a while? And obviously, issues off the field a little bit as well. And yeah, obviously the outfield players have been very poor, so the defence has been poor. But I get what you say, because Pickford, he's an okay keeper. I get what you're saying though. He was awful on Thursday night, but yeah, I don't think you can pin Pickford just down for the where Everton are. What are your thoughts on the Tuchel links England job? Yeah, we'll answer that very soon. Don't you worry. But let's kind of just cover the games first. Like I say, we did have a chance, obviously, early on in the game. Tipped over by the keeper, Bellingham, having a strike. But like I say, Greece were able to counter-attack time and time again. And again, this was an early warning for us where a corner came to nothing and we'll see Pavlidis calls an effort on goal, but it goes wide. So it was a chance. Now, this is a night where Greece did have a few disallowed goals. The first one came in the 14th minute. But again, more unconvincing goalkeeping from Pickford. It was so poor, wasn't it? Came for a cross and not got there. The Mavropanos heads the ball into the net, but the flag is raised and the goal is disallowed. But again, far too open by England. And then, of course, Levi Colwill producing an amazing goal line clearance when you thought it was going in. Of course, again though, Jordan Pickford, a mistake. He was 25 yards out of his goal, loses the ball after just shaky, just lackluster play, and the shot comes in, chips it over, and Colwill obviously gets onto the line and clears it. I mean, it was absolutely brilliant defending, and I was really impressed by Colwill, absolutely, in that moment. But yeah, what was Pickford doing? He almost cost a good goal. Thank for Colwill. Got the goal and clearance that came. Just should have been 4-0. Thank for Greece. He had 2 goals ruled out. Yeah, they had more than they had a few goals ruled out, didn't they? Actually. Again, a few chances, but we're just fragile. We were just so fragile at the back, and I think. And I think really, if you look at the first half as a whole, Greece obviously came the closest to scoring after obviously John Pickford lost the ball, and obviously the goal line clearance by Colwill. But we were just far too open at the back. But we were lively going forwards, but we also had chances. Palmer shooting over and Anthony Gordon heading over the bar. But really, those chances should have been in. Because I couldn't believe Palmer actually missed that chance he got, actually, I remember it now. And Anthony Gordon, it was a header, and he should have at least, tested the keeper. But he heads it over. So, yeah, it wasn't great. But it had clicked the new system that we played, clearly. And if you look at the fluidity and the understanding, it isn't there, is it? And saying that, defensively it's slightly worrying as well. And I think really, if we're playing against one of the best teams, one of the superpowers of football, then we'd be going in behind. And I think if you look at it from that angle, it was just so pedestrian, not much. On the whole, it was too much sideways, backwards, slow football by us. And Greece certainly was counter-attacking very easily. And I think also, even though when we were going forward as well, I felt like everyone were getting in each other's way as well. And I'm like, there's no understand, and because it's so congested, and when you're playing number 10s, too many number 10s on the field, it's not going to work because you haven't got an outlet from the wing, and I think that when you play all number 10s, I don't really think it works, does it? Because you know what I mean. You've got like, obviously, I know Gordon's a winger, Saka's a winger, but you've got the likes of Palmer, Foden, Bellingham. They're all number 10s effectively to me. And I know that Cole Palmer can probably play on the wing too, but I see him as a real number 10 as well. I think that's his best position. And this review show probably could do with but again, the second half didn't start any better for us. You wanted a reaction, and there was nothing really. And then came the Greece goal, of course. Pavlidis scoring the 49th minute. But the defending was woeful. Literally, Pavlidis found himself in the penalty area, was able to take a touch, and there were 4 England shirts around, just stood there watching. And obviously he wasn't going to miss from there when you give that player amount of time, and And I just think it was really poor defending. So we were 1-0 down at this point, and obviously, like I said, they did pay tribute to Baldock holding up. I think they held up the shirt in the second goal, didn't they? But obviously they had a black armband as well. So, but yeah, it was a poignant tribute, absolutely. Now at that point, Greece were really pushing for a second goal after that, and some more unconvincing goalkeeping by Pickford. We did keep the ball away from goal, but it wasn't convincing. And I think we just looked ragged all night, didn't we? We looked ragged and all over the place. And like I say, as soon as we start going forward, there were a few moments in the second half where Foden and Bellingham were just getting in each other's way. And I think really Greece, in terms of their defending, yes, they were organised, but I don't think it was that hard to defend against the way we were playing. And then a few moments later, another disallowed goal for Greece. Obviously, it always looked offside, but I don't know why, guys. Why did they wait? Does anybody else know? Why did they wait until the goal's in the back of the net before? Why did they just put the flag up when it's actually offside? Why do they have to wait that delay? Just put your flag up. I don't understand that. But yeah, obviously the goal did end up in the back of there, but it was clear to everybody that Pavlidis was offside before he squared it across to Mazaras. But again, Greece have had the ball in the back of the net 3 times in this game so far, and I'm just thinking, so we're just all over the place. Finally decided to scrap the false 9 rubbish and get Ollie Watkins on. Surprise, surprise, he had a chance early on as well. He had a chance as well. We put it over the bar. Again, another disallowed goal for Greece. They are coming to England's rescue. Pavlidis thought he got his second goal of the game after John Pickford's loose throws saw Cole Palmer dispossessed. Greece then countered. The ball was squared to Pavlidis and he put the ball in, but it was offside, of course. Now, this was probably one of the best. Obviously, we've got a goal, but I don't know how. Bellingham, good work from Solanke, who obviously also came on. I forgot to mention that. Pulls it back to the byline. Jude Bellingham, 20 yards out, runs onto the pass and side foots a powerful shot at goal. So the goalkeeper for Greece did get an arm to it, but can't keep it out. So yeah, we're level. And I think it's like, how on earth are we level? We do not deserve to be level here. And of course, then deep into injury time, Greece get a winner. Again, poor defending. Lewis, Colwell getting in each other's way inside the penalty area, and that enables Pavlidis to wriggle in and shoot low past John Pickford. Just unbelievable scenes really at Wembley, wasn't it? You know, so there were a lot of Greek fans in the ground. But yeah. Obviously a full time, so 2-1 to Greece, but this was Greece's first win over England. You know, like I said, Pavlidis with the 2 goals. So England did equalise courtesy of Jude Bellingham, but we wouldn't have deserved that point at all. They deserved to win the game, Greece. And I thought it was also ironic, guys, I've got to mention this as well, why does Saka always go off pretending to be injured? When are we ever going to have a discussion about this? Because I'm sorry, he's done it on more than one occasion where he just limps off, pretends to be injured. Surprisingly, not unsurprisingly, it's always when he's either having a poor game, which he did in this game, and when we're losing, and he just decides to pretend to limp off and tend to be injured. But yeah, make no question about it. He's going to be fit at the weekend for Arsenal. I just know he is. So that proves it that he's not genuinely injured. So I'm sorry, and I think Foden as well. Foden is for me. Foden didn't come off injured, but I'm talking about how poor he played. Foden in an England shirt is woeful. So he shouldn't be starting games, in my opinion. And whilst nobody likes to criticise Phil Foden because of which club he plays for, because apparently it's unfashionable not to criticise the club he plays for. Apparently it's fashionable to not criticise the club he plays for. Sorry. So yeah, Phil Foden doesn't bring anything to this game. Doesn't bring anything to this team. Pickford's been consistent for England, but like with every keeper, Shilton, Seaman, Robinson, James, Hart, there comes a time when it is time for change. Ramsdale for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure. To be honest with you, the problem is as well, there's no real standout candidate to be the guy that does step in if Pickford does become, a second choice keeper. But there's no candidate think, yeah, he can step up and really be good for us. So Ramsdale, I mean, yeah, he's all right, but he could have his shaky moments. I'm not all convinced about him. But yeah. Carsley is clearly a clueless manager who didn't know he's doing absolutely woeful. Hi everyone, big up. Hello, Eugene, how are you doing? Welcome in. Tottenham fan, as you can see, Levy out, he puts at the end of his message. England reminds me of Spurs, lose to quality teams and beat weaker opponents. Yeah, the thing is, we struggled, don't we, against the lower teams, and it seems to me why. Because when we play the more better teams, obviously it's a more open game, isn't it? And obviously they do leave spacing behind that we can exploit, but when it's like a more, I wouldn't say Greece were kind of sitting in, weren't they, a little bit, because they were playing on the counter attack most of the time. So it was kind of a low block a lot of the time, and we can't break it down, can we? So yeah, it's Foden overrated? Yeah, he is overrated in my opinion. For England, absolutely. He's not performing, but yeah, he keeps getting starts. It's just like, why? He shouldn't be starting. And this is why I think really Foden shouldn't have been playing, and he should have had a striker up front instead of Foden, to be honest. But yeah. But yeah, look, to have 2 shots on target at home for England against Greece is just unforgivable. I'm sorry, you've got to be testing the keeper more than that. You can have all the possession, whatever you want to do. You can have all the possession in the world. It's about what you do with it. It's about putting the ball in the back of the net. The thing is with the modern game now, especially in England, to be fair, everybody else plays their own way. Spain, Italy, places like that, they play their own way. But in England, this over-obsession to play out from the back really does drive me insane. I think it just needs to stop because, it's either that way or no way, and I think it does expose us a lot of the time, to be honest with you. And I think, yeah, it's one of those. And actually, that was the first competitive home game since 2020. That England were beaten, they were beaten at home. So yeah. Now Carsley's comments were interesting, wasn't it? After the game, well, I didn't listen to the whole full interview because I just can't be bothered. He just bores me. He's got the personality of a stone. I would rather watch paint dry than listen to him speak, honestly. But one of the quotes that he did come out with that were quite alarming to me was that he said after the game that you know, we tried to overload the midfield. The midfield, there was no overload in the midfield at all. I'm sorry, there were gaps everywhere. And then he also said, the system that we tried in that game we tried it for 20 minutes in training. I'm like to myself, why are you implementing a style that you just worked 20 minutes in training from? I don't understand. So yeah, honestly, bizarre, absolutely bizarre. I was really questioning why the linesman delayed the offside flag going up. I was wondering if they were waiting to see if they scored or not. The other thing is, it shouldn't really matter though, should it? Like, even if they don't score or not, even if it went out for a corner, they still would have given the offside. And you know, so when it's offside, it's offside. I can't remember one great game for us. I think absolutely he hasn't, has he? It's been awful. Ryan trusts the process. Blowing that blooming buzzword of trust the process. I hate it. But yeah, look, a loss. Greece overtake us in the table. To go top, 3 points clear. And yeah, fair play to Greece. I'm not going to see you. I think we were very poor, and it was quite clear we were, but I think Greece were very organised. They really frustrated us. And they used the pace of the front play. You know, they used the pace of the team, didn't they? Because they had quite a bit of pace in the team to be able to counter-attack effectively like they did. And yeah, really, the scoreline flattered us. It should have been at least, I don't think we deserve to score personally. I think it should have been at least 3 or 4-0, to be honest, to them. And we were just bullied all evening. So yeah. But the second game, obviously Finland, obviously last night, there were 6 changes made to the team in this game. Obviously back to a more usual setup for England. 4-2-3-1. Henderson started in goal, so John Pickford was dropped. I don't know if he was dropped or maybe he was just giving time to Henderson. I'm not sure. Probably was dropped because he was woeful in the Greece game. But obviously he wouldn't say it. He dropped him. Now for me, playing Trent Alexander-Arnold at left back was just completely confusing to me. He's never played left back in his life for England or for his club, so I'm not sure why he was playing at left back. Mark Gay, Stones, and Kyle Walker. Again, Kyle Walker for me is past it. I think, yeah, he hasn't performed that great for England for a while now. So, but yeah, he still gets starts because of who he plays for again. John Stones again. I think John Stones has been poor as well defensively. To be honest, with you, he was poor in this game as well. So again, he always needs to start. Rice and Gomez got a start. I do like Gomez in that midfield, by the way, guys. I do like him. He's a clever player, isn't he? Good player. You know, has the ball under control all the time and looks very comfortable on the ball. And yeah, I do like him. He's a clever little player. Third forward, Jack Grealish, Jude Bellingham as the 10, and Cole Palmer on the wing, with Harry Kane available for this game, so he started. So yeah, Foden was dropped as well, and it's no surprise, is it really? But look, this game, again, it was another snooze fest. Finland had very little quality in the final third, let's be honest, and a lack of pace as well compared to Greece. And I think really, if we had a finisher, we would have conceded a few goals in this game again. And this is what I mean. It's just woeful how we're playing here. So we did take the lead in the 18th minute. Again, Gomez with a brilliant through ball to Grealish, who was one-on-one with the keeper. He wasn't missing from there, of course, and slots it in. But Finland did miss chances at 1-0 because it was 1-0 for a good amount of time, and you know, and we were under pressure. at times before Trent obviously took the free. It was a brilliant free kick he scored, which pretty much ended the game at 2-0. Declan Rice then scored from close range with 6 minutes left. Obviously, just make sure. I think we won the game at 2-0 to be fair, but yeah, 3-0, fair enough. But how Jensen missed this chance that he had in the minutes before that, whilst it was 1-0. First half, this was the chance where he missed from 6 yards out. I don't really know how he missed it. It was harder to miss than it was to score. Crazy. Like I said, Trent with a great 25-yard free kick. But I think ultimately anything other than the victory was unthinkable for us against a courageous Finland side. Don't get me wrong, but they were still lacking quality. And for me, I think we'll be very grateful that Jensen missed that chance, because if that goes in, you don't really know how the game would have panned out. We could have drew the game, or we could have even lost it, because that would have got the crowd up as well, and obviously they're playing with the encouragement. But ifs, buts, and maybes, I guess, is a. And I think Finland put a lot of energy into the game, and by the 84th minute, when Rice did put the third in, I think really the game was already done, and they had put a lot into the game. But I think then, to concede this goal, guys, by the way we did, from a corner, Hoskonen, as we failed to deal with a corner. Again, too much ball watching. Front post, you should never get beaten at your front post. And plus the goalkeeper, I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing, but I think that was poor as well. The goalkeeper let that in. But again, Stones, Lewis was stood there watching. It was just a poor defensive display again, really. And yes, we won the game 3-1, but was it great? No, it wasn't. It was an unconvincing performance. It was an unconvincing win, to be honest with you. Because I go back to it was the same feeling as what we had in the Greece game, where if we would have been up against a better team, we would have lost, or we would have definitely conceded a few goals. We would have lost the game if we would have been up against a better team. And on Thursday, Greece would have scored. To be fair, they did have the back of the net on twice, didn't they? But Greece probably would have been out of sight anyway, regardless of the disallowed goals they had too. So, but to be fair, there is promising signs about the Carsley situation in terms of him not taking the job. Yeah, you thought I was saying promising signs with Carsley. No, Nino. He has hinted that he doesn't particularly want the job. He's made it quite clear that he doesn't want the job with his interviews. He even said after this game that the job deserves a world-class coach who's won trophies, and I'm still on the job, on the path to doing that. So, yeah, I feel like that really effectively ruled him out. But the thing is for him to be ruled out of the job completely, I think really he needs to just step down, or just make it very, very clear that he doesn't want the job to the FA, because I don't trust the FA to do the right decision. But yeah, so look, 1 loss, 1 win. It does leave us still second in the table, as Greece won last night against Ireland. So, but look, Finland are one of the worst teams in the group in all due respects, and we still couldn't provide a better performance than we showed. And like I said, I think the scoreline kind of papers over the cracks, really, if we're being honest, because I think it was 1-0 for a long amount of time. So they were pushing and trying to get a goal, and they missed that big sitter from Jensen, as I said. So really, the goals came late in the match. So the scoreline kind of suggests that it was a good performance and we got a few goals and we were comfortable, but I don't know. I don't think it is the case. But look, I know there were a few questions about Carsley, so we're going to get into the manager now, guys, because to finish with, look, I've made it quite clear from the thumbnail, Lee Carsley should be nowhere near the job, and the fact that the FA allowed him to audition for the job just sums up them to a T. Because I'm sorry, there's a difference between standing in whilst the FA find another manager and the FA coming out and saying this is an audition period for Carsley, despite him never managing at senior level apart from standing in for various teams when he's needed to, because he's been involved in the youth setup for most of his managerial time. So the fact that the FA did that, I just don't understand it. And, he looks completely out of his depth. And the fact that we're seeing the Greece performance, it was poor. We're at home and we're literally getting outplayed by Greece, who obviously Greece are a great side. Obviously they did have a lot of fighting determination and kind of doing it for George, of course, kind of at the back of their minds. Because obviously it was very emotional game for them, so they used that to do all they could to get a result. But we still have to be doing better at home. It was a woeful performance, and then the Finland game wasn't much better. Yes, we won the game, but I've already said that I wasn't convinced at all. It wasn't a convincing performance, nor was it a convincing win. So he hasn't and like I said, the system that he set up against Greece was unforgivable. You do not do that. You just can't. It's just madness. It was as if he was saying he didn't want the job, which clearly it's evident that he doesn't want the job anyway. But I mean, he was doing his best not to get the job at all. So, look, Carsley for me, not at all. I don't think you can compare the under-21s to senior football. There's a massive gulf, guys. And, he's been found wanting with these bizarre tactics and setups that he's done. And it just looks out of his depth. You and me could do a better job, honestly. That's how bad he is. Jude doesn't look consistent this season. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of emphasis on Jude Bellingham, but he does seem to be in and out of games until a lot of the time. And, so I get what you're saying. And I do have to agree with you. He isn't really showing levels consistently. He's doing bits and pieces, absolutely, but he's not being consistent. Now, I did do a poll on whether people thought that Carsley should be the next England manager full time, which on my story on my socials. Now, 75% said no, he should not be getting the job full time. So yeah, I don't know who the 25% were of deciding that he should be, because I don't understand how you can vote for him to do that. But on my X account though, what did we get? 83% said no, he shouldn't. So yeah. But let me know your thoughts, guys, on the two games. How did you feel after the two games? Like I said, I just want a team that we can really be excited to watch and to play well and get results. But unfortunately, we never get both the way. It's either play badly and lose, or play kind of well but still not win. Maybe I'm screwing this up, or it's either or performing badly and somehow winning the game like we did last night. Well, I didn't think it was a bad performance, but I didn't think it was a good performance either last night. I think it wasn't great, was it? But yeah, to me, I'm just glad the international break for us is over now, to be honest with you. But look, I know there were a few questions actually about the manager who I would like to see come in, so we'll answer those in a moment. But look, the FA do not care about winning trophies, guys. They like yes men. And that is why I'm not convinced that despite these horrible performances, I don't have much faith that they'll do the right thing, because they seem to do the opposite of what fans actually want. So I don't know, and that's why I want Carsley to be very clear to the FA. I do not want the job, because in that then they don't have an option to hire him. Whereas I think Southgate, when he did get the job, he was very much he did want it, so that's why he got it. But I'm still not convinced they will do the right thing. Will they try and persuade him to get the job? Who knows? It sounds madness saying that, doesn't it? But they're totally incompetent at the FA, and yeah. Now I hope it's going to let me go back up. Yeah, it is. So let's have a look. There are a few questions about the. I actually missed this comment from Aiden. It says, makes you really laugh really. Carsley comes out. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of said that. You know, why is he deployed a system that is practice 20 minutes in training? I never know. We did have some questions about. Sal said, I like Eddie Howe, so I'll go back to the question. To get the job, but just my opinion, maybe Potter. Look, for me, I'm not really, and this is another problem as well. I'm not really seeing an outstanding candidate that we have been. If you look at the latest odds for the next England manager, I'm not really excited or infused by any of the people at the top of the list, really. To be brutally honest. Potter, I mean, I don't really think. I'm kind of not really. I'm going toward the no for Potter, because I just think that the way, yes, he did do well at Brighton, but then when he went to Chelsea, where there were a lot of big egos in the dressing room, a lot of big personalities, he couldn't hack it. He didn't have the control of the dressing room. He didn't have the respect of the dressing room either. I don't really think, or he didn't look like he did anyway. I'm not exactly to know. So I don't think Potter's the answer either, guys. Eddie Howe. Look, I mean, Eddie Howe for me, look, I get why people like Eddie Howe, and look, he did well. I think I have more respect for what he did at Bournemouth, especially on the budget that he was on at Bournemouth at the time, and what he did for the club as well at Bournemouth. Since he's gone to Newcastle, he's become a little bit of a, I don't know, he's come a bit too big-headed for his own boots, in my opinion. He's very, very arrogant. And look, he's a good manager, but I'm talking about if he's likable or not as well. I don't particularly like his assistant. What's his assistant called? They seem to think that they're above the rules and, you know, mouthing off to officials every time they don't get a decision. Which, to be fair, they get a lot of decisions at Newcastle now. So, but when they don't, I don't particularly like his demeanour. I just don't think he would be the answer personally. Probably, if you're talking about he's a good manager, but I don't know. Any more questions? What are your thoughts on the Tuchel links to the England job? I mean, obviously, he seems to be linked to every job, doesn't he, that comes available. So I do remember he was linked to the Man United job, wasn't he? Whilst there were pressure on Ten Hag. But he seems to be linked with quite a few clubs, so I mean, I don't think Tuchel's the answer, in my opinion. So again, I don't think there's any manager that I want. That's the problem. Lee Carsley cannot be the England manager. Thomas Tuchel should be the next manager. I know he's not English, but he's won stuff, so why not see what he can do with England? Yeah. I mean, if we look at the latest odds, let's have a look at the odds this morning for the next England manager. Let's go through the list and see. Because I don't want Carsley, man, but I don't really know who the answer is, to be honest, with who. I want to get a good website to look off. But let me know who you want as the England manager. Just need to. Don't see it. Anyway, we'll have a look at this odds checker. So Thomas Tuchel is currently favourite for the job. Lee Carsley somehow finds himself in second still. I never know. I don't know how. Pep Guardiola is in third, 6-1. Graham Potter as well in the list. Eddie Howe. Kieran McKenna, again, just hasn't had a big job really to prove to me that he can do it at this level, at this high level, you know what I mean? Frank Lampard, definitely not. Carlo Ancelotti, obviously he's a winner, but he won't leave Real Madrid. He's very high odds, 66-1. But look, I mean, you could go on the list forever, couldn't you, really? But yeah, out of the candidates, I don't really. I mean, obviously, there is a lot of talk about Pep potentially leaving Man City at the end of the season. But I don't know. I mean, I suppose you've got to put rivals in your head. I don't particularly like him. I don't particularly like him, but obviously, I think he's had a lot of success, but has he really built anything? Not really. He's had a lot of tools to deal with, had a lot of tools to have in terms of the budget and the infrastructure of the clubs that he's gone into. A lot of money. So, I don't know. So, yeah. Blue Terrace is Tuchel as a winner. Yeah, I'm just not convinced. So, look, I don't know who I want to be the England manager, but I definitely categorically know that Lee Carsley, and I think we all agree on this, Lee Carsley should not be the next England manager. Thomas Tuchel is favourite. And, yeah, I suppose, but I just don't think he would be up to the task. Did he really do much at Chelsea, Tuchel? Can't remember now. But, yeah. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But the FA really need to pull the finger out and make a decision quickly, because I'm sorry. You know, they're just waiting and waiting. And I'm not really sure what they're waiting for. Are they waiting to see how Carsley's going to do? How Carsley's doing? See how Carsley's doing at the moment, like how he's faring after a few games. But I don't trust him to do the right decision. It could be anybody, and yeah. Tuchel won the Champions League with Chelsea. Yeah, to be fair, my memory is shocking. So yeah, but thank you for reminding me of that. Maybe then, yeah. Maybe then if he might as well give him a go. I can't be any worse than Southgate and Carsley, can he really? And he's a winner. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But look, I think we kind of wrapped it up there to a T in today's show. Thank you everybody for tuning in this morning. We'll be back tonight. Yes, the second stream of the night. It's just the second stream of the day as we do the FA Cup first round draw live here on the channel. Let's see who we get in the draw. Huddersfield, of course. Who are we going to get? We're going to discuss that, and we're going to go for the draw. Might as well do the full draw. Why not? Bit of content. So yeah, we'll be back later on for that. But yeah, I'm just glad the international break's over. And of course, back to the proper stuff this weekend. Club football. So yeah, bring it on. But guys, make sure you do drop a like on the video on the way out if you can. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks everybody for contributing your thoughts as well. And hope you enjoyed the stream as well. It has been a bit of a bitty stream, if I'm honest with you. Sometimes with these reviews, I don't always get my points across that great, but try and pick out a few key points of the matches. But I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. But yeah. But look, have a good rest of the day, whatever you get up to. And hopefully I'll see you at 7 o'clock this evening as we go live for the FA Cup first round draw. But yeah, take care everybody, thanks for your support, and I'll see you later on. Take care.